Hello everybody, it's me, it's PokemonTripHD, and welcome back to some more Dragalia Lost content. And in today's video, we're going to be going over this month in Dragalia Lost for the month of October. Now technically, this was released September 30th, but it's for the month of October, so we're going to be talking about this in the month of October. I do want to give a shout out to some people in Discord, Hichos, Vin, and the Waifu King. So yeah, with that out of the way, again, this month in Dragalia Lost for the month of October, Okada did say he wants to release, some information on events and stuff on the 1st of October. So it's the 1st of October now, technically. Well, now it is, but yeah, here we have some news. Let's just hop right into it because there's a lot of speculation things I do want to discuss with this. So most notably, the Iron Man events. No, the Mega Man events. Oh my! Imagine a Marvel crossover Dragalia Lost. All right, anyways, this month of Dragalia Lost. Hello everyone, Yuji Okada here, director of Dragalia Lost. I hope you enjoyed the recent Dragalia Digest. I do have some experience with live broadcasts, but this sort of edited video was a first for me, so I was pretty nervous. And you could tell in the video, if you actually watched it, Okada was like given the death stare, like he looked like he was trapped hostage or something, and it was pretty funny. So if you want to see, just go back, watch the digest, skip to like near the end of it. It was pretty funny, but it's the first one, like you said, so hopefully the next digest is going to be better. And I spit on my screen, that's nasty. And that Dragalia Digest, talk about some of the plans for the future Dragalia Lost. Now it's time to dive a bit deeper. Yes, most of the news covered in this, this What's Ahead video has actually already been covered in the digest. So I'm kind of just going to skim over a lot of pieces of news here. But there's a couple things I do want to talk about. First, I'd like to give an overview of the Mega Man event. Doesn't he mean Iron Man? I think he means Iron Man event. To use at the end of the Dragalia Digest. About the Mega Man event. The Mega Man event is scheduled to occur at the end of November. They did say winter, so end of November. I'm assuming last 2 weeks of November, or maybe it's going to start at the last week and go over into the first week of December. We're not really sure yet. We're going to get more news at the end of, or not the end, at the very beginning of November, since, it occurs in November, not in October, so we're not going to get all the news just yet. But I'm looking forward to this. And you'll be able to add Mega Man to your team as a temporary adventure. You can increase friendship with him by clearing quests, blah, 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 and then get him as your team. So Mega Man is a freebie unit, which is pretty hype, honestly. I thought we were going to have to pull for Mega Man, but he's going to be free, which is nice. Now, I do want to preface this by saying I don't know too much about Mega Man. I did do a little bit of background information, but I don't know too much about him. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's keep going on this. The way Mega Man moves and attacks is based on his own games. Even the animations for when he takes damage or when his HP reaches 0 are callbacks to his series. So they're basically going to make it, if you remember the Faye collaboration event, there's a lot of callbacks to Fire Emblem Heroes, the defensive battles, everything like that. There's a lot of callbacks to it. The adventures, how they moved, how they talked, everything like that was callbacks to Fire Emblem Heroes. Fire Emblem in general. And they're going to do the same thing with Mega Man, or try to do the same thing. Now, specifically for when his HP reaches 0, there's an animation when he dies, like little bubbles pop out everywhere. So I'll put a GIF of that on screen right now. And then when he takes damage, he's probably just going to like move a little bit or something. I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going to happen for that. And the way he moves and attacks is based on his own game. So the way he attacks in his games are, he has like different, like he can change his form and his attacks based on the form. Now, if you look down here at the picture, this is an amazing picture, by the way, of Mega Man. You can actually see he has a blaster on his arm. So his blaster is probably like the main source of his attacks. So I'm really interested to see how they're going to incorporate that, since, there's no blaster weapon in Dragalia Lost. They could make it a wand or a staff. I'm assuming he's going to be like a staff, unless they make a new weapon type specifically for Mega Man, which, there's a chance of them doing. But, we're not really sure exactly. So we'll see once that's released. We'll have more to share about his skills and shape-shifting capabilities in future notices, but trust me when I say they will be distinctly Mega Man. So that's really interesting. I'm assuming when he shapeshifts, maybe depending on the dragon, his element dragon is going to change his elements, when shapeshifting, of course. Maybe his own elements when he's not shapeshifted. Maybe when he shapeshifts, he's going to gain, strength, kind of like how Mim or Yuden or something does it. We'll have to see exactly. Maybe he's just going to shapeshift into like a big Mega Man who's like a different color. Because again, Mega Man does have a bunch of different forms. So he could shapeshift, if there's a flame dragon on him, he's going to shapeshift into like a big, like red Mega Man or something with fire on him. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I don't know too much about Mega Man, but I did play, the really old games, and I did talk to a couple people who are knowledgeable about it. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. And you'll join Mega Man in fighting against the Great Worms, who will have special behavior for this event. But why the Great Worms? Well, a certain someone has come to the world of Dragalia Lost. But we're not spilling those beans yet. You'll have to look forward to find out exactly who it is. That's actually really interesting. Everyone's saying that the enemy is probably going to be Sigma or something like that. So We'll see if that's him. We'll have to, I don't know, like I said, we'll see. I don't know too much about the enemies in Mega Man, so we'll see. But he says the Grey Rooms are going to have special behavior. I'm assuming maybe they're going to be like taken over or like controlled or something by this new man. I don't know, not the new man, by the new evil guy. I don't know, we'll have to see what exactly happens. But like I said, they're not going to spill the news yet, or the beans. Right here says November, we will find out. So November is this month in Dragalia Lost. We'll have more information on this, like I said. And we'll also be able to get event-specific items, worm prints, and weapons, which is going to be actually really, really cool. The exact same thing for the Fire Emblem Heroes collaboration. Some actually really good worm prints were there. I'm really curious as to what these event-specific items are going to be. I'm assuming they just mean items that you trade in for, you know, for other items. They have this in all the raid events and facility events. They have this in all the events, actually. So I'm assuming we're going to get that. And then worm prints, you know, there's really good worm prints released during the Fire Emblem Heroes event. So we're probably going to get some good worm prints during that also. And then weapons, you know, during the Fire Emblem Heroes collaboration event, we got Alphonse's sword. So I'm assuming we're going to get like some sort of blaster or something for Mega Man. I don't know. We'll have to see what exactly they want. Like I said, more information on this in November. Those are kind of my predictions, though. So I'm really looking forward to this. And again, an amazing picture right here of Mega Man. I really, really like this picture. And I think it's like, it just fits Dragalia Lost. I don't know why. Is that just me? He just really looks like a Dragalia Lost character now. But at the same time, he's going to stand out. Obviously, it's Mega Man. He's wearing a blue suit of armor or whatnot. He's going to stand out in Dragalia Lost. But I really do like it. I feel like this, the art, like his eyes look like Yuden's eyes, just blue instead of like a greenish kind of color. And yeah, I really like it. It's really nice, and we'll see what happens once it's released. Now let's go over some of the features we plan to implement by the end of the year. If you remember, they gave us 2 time frames in the digest. They said end of the year, and then they said before the 6-month anniversary, which is in March. So new difficulty levels for Advanced Dragon Trials. Again, they did talk about this, but they're confirming it's going to be released on October 10th, which is actually not, and that's like in 9 days. So it's going to be here soon. And then the current difficulty will be standard, and they're going to be adding an expert and a master difficulty. And they said an expert, the only difference with the high dragons will have increased HP and strength. However, the increased HP means that I'm able to not break the boss at a certain time. Yeah, we know that. And then master is going to be, I'm assuming, of course, with those higher HP and strength values, and then dragons will behave differently, as they say right here. So you have to cook up some new strategies to deal with them, and it's going to change every week. So you only have 1 week. It's basically fighting a brand new high dragon for the first 5 weeks, and after that, I'm assuming it's just going to rotate those same behaviors between those dragons. So this is a way that they can keep these high dragon trials alive until they release the new enemies that they discussed, which we'll go over a little bit later. You can also craft new weapons using the new materials that will drop an expert and master. Now these weapons look really, really cool, actually. Like, these are the high dragon trial Bane weapons, I'm assuming, that are like upgraded. Now, of course, they did talk about the new weapons, and they're actually going to talk about them a little bit down here. But these 3 down here are going to be, I'm assuming, the materials you need to unbind them and create them. So yeah, as we go down here, we'll see. To craft these weapons, you must first craft certain other weapons. First, you'll need to use insignias and other materials to craft an elementally attuned 5-star core weapon. Second, you'll need to craft a 5-star weapon with the High Dragon's Bane ability using the materials gained from void battles. There's no need to fully bind these weapons, but crafting each type of weapon and element will allow you to craft new High Dragon weapons. They don't say what these High Dragon weapons are going to be. You see this picture right here. We have Crimson, Aqua, Tempest, and I'm assuming they're all going to have nice names. Obtain certain weapons to craft, and then the top one doesn't say obtain certain weapons to craft, which is a little weird. I'm assuming he already has the weapons that he can craft it, because you see craft right there is like clickable. So yeah, we're gonna have this for every single weapon type in the game. Every single weapon type will have all 5 of those high dragon weapons, and I'm assuming these are each gonna have a standard skill, like the 5-star core weapon, and then also the Bane and the defense ability that the high dragon weapons have. So this is going to be easily the best weapon here, and it's also probably going to have upgraded stats compared. It's probably going to be higher than, you know, the core weapon, which already has insane stats. So this is easily going to be the best weapon to get. It's going to be insanely hard to get. Again, you don't need to unbind any of the core weapons or the high dragon Bane weapons, which, you know, thankfully it's not too difficult. However, it does kind of suck for those of us who did unbind you know, the core weapons with ingots, because you were just going to get a better weapon now. But alas, you know, what can you do? It happens. I'm also getting kind of interested if we can just use the, you know, the normal ingots to unbind these core weapons, or the, you know, these crimson weapons or whatever they are, the high dragon weapons. It's going to be really interesting. So we're going to have to kind of name these weapons. You know, we have the core weapons, we have the high dragon's Bane weapons, and then we have the high dragon weapons, which is, I feel like high dragon weapons and then high dragon's Bane weapons are going to be so close, like in wording to each other. It's going to be so confusing. But yeah, anyways, back up here These designs of the weapons are really nice. They're based, of course, on each of the high dragons, which I really like. I think, in my opinion, the coolest one is actually going to be, we don't have all of the pictures here, but I feel like the high Zodiac ones are just going to be so awesome, because high Zodiac, personally, Shadow's, I think, my favorite element. I say I think because I don't even know. I think Shadow's my favorite element, so I think high Zodiac's probably going to be my favorite. But again, we'll have to see once they're actually in the game, because we do have the picture of them from the digest, if you remember, showing all the weapons, but it's not in the game yet, so we're going to have to wait. And yeah, overall, I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be, a whole other level. It's going to allow them to create such harder content, which they already are planning to do. So really looking forward to this. Again, time attack ranking for Advanced Dragon Trials. They already confirmed this. It's going to be releasing with the Dragon Trials. It's only going to be for Expert, though. Thankfully, Master would be way too hard. But they also say that they're going to give rewards during the event based on ranking. So this is in kind of indirect PvP. Also a special epithet, which personally, I'm actually kind of disappointed that they're doing this. I didn't really want to see this type of PvP where they give, items to people who placed higher than others, because obviously that's going to be supporting the people who've been around for a long time, and not allowing the people who haven't been around for a long time to get them. But also, depending on what those weapons are or items are, I'm assuming they're not going to be great items. Maybe just some Eldwater or like a Squish'em or something. I'm assuming they're not going to be that great of items, but it's just kind of annoying, like how they do that. We'll see how this goes over in the long run of things. I think it's going to be interesting. We'll try it once. Hopefully it works out. If not, they probably won't do it again. The clear times and team composition for the top 25 teams will be made public, so those who are unable to participate will be able to use that information for reference when building teams in the future. I think that's the main thing they wanted, because again, if you remember, they said that they want to add things for newer players to get more of an idea on how to tackle the late game content. So they're probably going to have that to show a little like, this is a great team which cleared it pretty fast. You should probably use this team. So that's kind of the idea that they're going for. We're sticking to the harder difficulty because this is the first ranking. However, we'd like to consider a wider scope for future ranking events. So there might be more ranking events, but again, if it goes over bad, they're not going to do it. We'll have to see. 6th tier for mana circles. They already confirmed this. It's going to be coming, by the end of the year. It's looking like, and this tier will not be available for all adventures right off the bat. But they do say right off the bat. So eventually, we will have it for pretty much all the adventures, most likely. We'll be adding it to adventures over time. You'll be able to use it to upgrade various parameters, skills, and abilities. Now, this mana node kind of like it rotates up, which is interesting. Instead of just being on a whole circle like level, it kind of like spirals upwards. So which I'm assuming you're gonna have to upgrade, one level to get up to the next level, which is actually really cool. I think that's really interesting. And of course, this is going to be for story characters and for Galia characters. They confirmed that already, and also for older characters. That's what they confirmed in the digest. So I'm really looking forward to the 6th mana tier. It's going to be, again, they're just allowing us to upgrade our adventures so much more, which is going to allow for a lot of harder content. Updates to the main campaign, they already talked about this. Chapter 11 and then December, and they're going to be adding new chapters every 2 months. And for the months we don't see a chapter added, we'll add some story segments to show a different perspective of the main campaign, which I really am looking forward to. Also, Harl, what was he looking at in the chapter 10? I need to know. New bosses, they already talked about this in the digest. They have actually appearing before the end of the year, so I'm assuming with chapter 11 we're going to be getting this. As with the Advanced Dragon Trials, these bosses each have different tricks up their sleeve. I can't share too many details just yet, but you can focus on crafting the new high dragon weapons as you wait their release. First of all, this girl on the left is a waifu. You can already tell. She's a waifu right there. That's a waifu. This is probably going to be a big muscular man. This guy is like a super edgy boy. These two are going to be like twins. We're probably going to fight them both in the same battle. Or maybe, twin androids or something. We'll see. And this guy looks like a monk or something. So we'll have to see what they all are. They might each actually have a weapon that's in the game. Like this guy might be a lance. This might be a bow. This might be like an axe. And then these might, I don't know what the heck those are going to be. And this is probably going to be like a wand or a staff. So I'm really looking forward to these. It's going to be fun. They might have them like dual element bosses, because you can see this guy is red and green. So I might have a wind and flame boss, and then the other ones are going to have, different split elements. We'll have to see. I'm really hyped for this. It's going to be really interesting to see how, how exactly they want to do everything here. But like I said, really looking forward to these harder contents. As with the Dragalia Digest, we're implementing new features to add in the future, and this is probably going to be right here by the 1.5 year anniversary in March of next year. Facility effects apply in your storehouse. That's, finally, they're fixing the issue with not having enough places to put your stuff. Change the appearance of weapons, kind of like weapon skins, which is nice. Some people like the flame sword just looks really weird. So yeah, and then automatically replay a selected quest, which is again allow us to auto things so much more efficiently. Encyclopedia, which you're going to be able to collect information about adventures, weapons, everything. And then this is actually really cool. A lot of gachas have like a feature where you can see the adventures and stuff that you don't have. Also, I just got a text. What was this? So yeah, you could see everything that you don't have, and that's pretty much what this is going to be. So I do think it's really nice. And also, play past events anytime. I called it, boys, in the the first anniversary discussion video. It's going to be like a side quest feature. So this is going to allow new players. I'm assuming old players as well to play it. I'm not sure if it's going to allow old players, but at least new players can play the events that have already passed, and you can get all the rewards. I'm assuming you can get the raid dragon, the raid welfare, adventure. And for facility events, you can get those worm prints. Even raid events get those worm prints. I'm assuming they're going to take out, the summon drops, like they're going to take out like summon tickets and stuff. Also, I'm assuming they're going to lower the difficulty a little bit, since it's going to be a little harder to get 4 players for raid battles, because it's going to be so many different events going on at once. What are the odds there's a bunch of people playing this event at the exact same time you're looking for a battle? So I'm assuming they're going to lower the difficulty for them, but we'll have to see again what happens in the future. But I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a big boon for newer players. And some information about the events planned for October. October events. A summon showcase featuring Cassandra and Delphi will start on October 3rd, which is 2 days from when this video is being uploaded. They talk about the event a little bit. I'll have a video discussing them, in the future. Again, both of their kits, a little bit of, just some information about them before I begin. Delphi design looks awesome, but his kit looks really, really bad. That's just my opinion. Again, lowering his strength by 60%, it's really bad. Cassandra looks to be actually pretty solid. However, I don't think she's going to be better than Galeo. She would have to be insanely broken to be better than Galeo, and she doesn't do that. She doesn't buff, she doesn't debuff, and Galeo does that. So Galeo will be better, but will she be better than Veronica? Honestly, I think she might be better than Veronica for high dragon trials, which, we'll have to see, because she does have that skill which boosts her strength permanently, and her skill 2 deals more damage based on how much she takes. But I don't know. We'll have to see. That's kind of my insight on this. The Fractured Futures raid event is live until October 10th. They talk about this a little bit. Then October 10th, new difficulty levels will be announced at Advanced Dragon Trials. Master will start October 13th, so a couple days after Expert, which is nice. They let us play a little bit. And of course, they did say the first one will be Brunhilde. So I'm going to be playing High Brunhilde again, boys. Finally time to go back in. I already maxed unbind my Hybrid Hilda, but I'm gonna have to go back in. It's been like months since I've actually played this. Gonna have to learn everything over again. It's gonna be tough. We'll also add new void enemies and hold a catch-up campaign, which will provide useful items just for playing different parts of the game. Next, we'll be reviving the Halloween event starting October 17th. Hype! There goes all my Wormite. It's a revival event, but the rewards will be adjusted. Nightmare difficulty will be added, and will also bump up the facility level. So I'm assuming they're going to allow the Sweet Retreat, is it called the Sweet Retreat? Halloween, whatever that Halloween facility is, to go up to level 60 instead of staying at level 30. So it's going to be nice for new players. They can just get the retreat and then upgrade it all the way to level 60 without having to worry about 2 different facilities. And again, that's going to help us save space in the Halodome. And they're going to be adding Nightmare difficulty. This is, of course, you guys remember, the hardest event, I think, in Dragalia Lost. So hopefully this Nightmare difficulty is going to be a little bit difficult, but I don't think it will. Also, my stomach just growled. I'm pretty hungry. I should probably eat. There goes, they said the Summon Showcase will feature new adventures. They'll share no more information, but in a preview notification, which will probably occur, around 15th of October. My Wormite is gone. I have 80k Wormite right now, which is a lot, but I'm definitely going to summon for Halloween Ellie and probably for these new adventures as well. So again, there goes all my Wormite. I'm going to be summoning on this. I'll make a summon video probably October 18th. So in conclusion, we had a lot to talk about, and they give us some gifts. They're also going to do some events right here. No, they're not doing some events. I thought they said they're doing some events. I guess not, huh? Okay, never mind. Anyways, that's everything. A lot of news here, but again, most everything was already talked about in the digest. This is kind of just rehashing it and then me sharing my thoughts on it. Again, let me know your thoughts about everything in the comments down below. The Mega Man collab, the weapons, the new showcases. Are you going to summon for Halloween? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and until next time, have a nice trip.